Welcome back to Game On. Hey, we've been discussing problems for India's top order. The reshuffle today in the Indian batting lineup, which saw Rohit Sharma go down to number 3, a change in the opening partnership. I am very sorry to have to say there appears to have been a little bit of a crisis in the studio as well, because there's been a bit of an interchange. And Aaqib Javed has gone over to my left. Azhar Mahmood has come to my right. I'm not quite sure whether it was the questioning in English that got to Aaqib, or whether is it the British passport you think that has helped Azhar change sides. Aaqib bhai,
Assalamu alaikum, David. Okay, पहले उर्दू में
तो आप कोई मसल पुल करने की बात कर रहे
हैं वो मेरे इंग्लिश के जो मसल्स हैं ना वो पुल हो गए लेट्स ट्राई द उर्दू वन अच्छा तो मैंने उसको मैंने कहा मैं क्या तुझे सुना तुम्हारे पास इंग्लिश पासपोर्ट है कहता हाँ मैं कहा हलाल करो
I will do my justice to the English passport.
Can I just ask one question? Have you taken that guy with you to that side of the room? Or is that guy still over here somewhere?
That guy lives with Viv.
Okay. I'm gonna miss you, man. Oh man, I'm gonna miss you.
But don't worry, there are still more matches to come. There might be a bit of a shuffle. But if we
Couple
end up
of
with,
icing, rest, I might come back.
I'm gonna brush up on my Urdu, so I can come in that corner.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
have you learnt any Urdu words?
No, apart from maybe the cello jaldi, that's all I know.
Chalo jaldi.
Cello
Actually,
jaldi.
before you tell the Joldi, we've got the rest of the show to do. Is that okay? We've still got a few things to get through, so
Thank you, David.
stay with us. Bus.
Bus.
Okay. Right, we have some fun here, or some questions that were put on the web, put on Twitter by PTV Sports. A bit of fun here, because the first one was, who do you think will win today's crucial matchup? And I don't know whether this is wishful thinking, but there seems to be a huge consensus that New Zealand would take it 80% to 20%. I'm assuming this was taken before the game was over.
Yes.
And there wasn't at 20%, who was still a bit confused at the end of
You
it.
know, the Pakistani public, they were really on it. They
I'm sure.
exactly knew what it might be.
Well, they,
So
they
we
got
have
their
to
wish.
we have to give them some credit.
David, if you remember, before the game, it was 2080. You both were the blues,
Yeah.
and we four with the other black.
Oh, I'll have to do the maths, okay.
तो ये जो है ना ये पाकिस्तानी कौम ने
जी
बोला था
जी ये पीटीवी स्पोर्ट्स वालों ने ये ट्वीट्स किए और ये वोटिंग रहे पाकिस्तानी पब्लिक ने
ये ख्वाहिश होती है ये
प्रेडिक्शन नहीं थी
प्रेडिक्शन नहीं ख्वाहिश है डिजायर
ख्वाहिश पूरी होगी ये बहुत लोग
वो पूरी की किन्होंने मदद किन्होंने की इंडियन टीम
Okay, this one, the top scorer, again, wishful thinking, I think, with Williamson and Guptill the most popular, likely top scorers. So not quite precise this time, the Pakistani public, but they got their wish overall, which was that a couple of New Zealand batsmen would take New Zealand to victory very easily. So actually, it's stacking up pretty
but
nicely.
within these four,
Yeah.
it's quite accurate.
Yeah,
Kane
no,
Williamson?
absolutely, yeah.
कि वो
Was at the top?
गेम खत्म होने के बाद बनाओगे तो ऐसी ही होगी
So,
What is that?
Aaqib is saying that if you're going to make the tweets and the voting panel after the game has finished, you'll be this accurate.
You know, he's funnier in Urdu. He's really good in Urdu.
Yeah.
He's really enjoying this. It's fantastic.
comfortable relax
Okay, right. Next one. Which bowler amongst our list do you think will claim most wickets in today's crucial match? And pretty much spot on. Trent Bolt was up there. Sodhi was up there. So, I mean, this is very, very good.
Public have knowledge in
We
this
have,
country.
we have enough room in the studio. Shall we ask some of the public to join us?
Well, I thought they were here at the start of the World Cup. I mean, there were at least 9 of them here.
अभी भी भेज रहे हैं people are still sending this
Okay. All right. Well, we're enjoying this. I can see this. The mood has lifted again. Thank you for that. Let's just discuss now the other game that was taking place today, the one between Afghanistan and Namibia. It was the earlier game. Afghanistan deciding yet again to bat first. They love putting runs on the board. They love defending. And at the moment, it's working incredibly well for them. So if we have a look through first at the way the Afghanistan innings went, they started very positively. The wickets came not as with India all too soon and all too quickly, but the wickets came at nice intervals allowing Afghanistan just to put the runs on the board.
And a simple catch there, but there was already a 50-run partnership, which was the important thing. That's missing from most of the teams that are batting first. And that's where Afghanistan has been quite good. And the sweep shot, good. It was a full delivery, not there to be swept, but there was a review taken.
Well, another spinner, Lofty Eaton here for Namibia. Actually, he's a promising 20-year-old who will be around for quite some years, I suspect. That was unusual. The fly slip coming into place and coming into play even, and the ramp somehow got there. I mean, that's just, you could say unlucky, but it's either unlucky or very clever in the wrong sense. More LBWs. This is ample proof, isn't it? With the wrist spinners, pitch it on, straighten it, you've always got a chance. That's unlucky.
Rashid bhai, ramp shots आपने सही तैयारी नहीं कराई बात.
नहीं, ये बात की शॉट है ना, हमसे बात की शॉट है. देखिए असगर का लास्ट मैच था, ये उनको सेलिब्रेट करते हुए भी दिखाया, या अफसोस करते हुए दिखाया, और क्योंकि बहुत कैरेक्टर रहा है इनका. ये तो इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट है, जो टफ टाइम था 2005 से लेके 15 वाला, तो ये इन लोगों ने बड़ा बर्दाश्त किया है, और क्रेडिट जाता है अफगान टीम को, और जिस तरह से इनको एक अच्छा मौका प्रदान किया इनको.
अच्छा, राशिद भाई शायद आपकी माइक में कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, तो शायद व्यूअर्स तक ये बात पूरी पहुंची नहीं होगी. अजहर भाई, आप कुछ यू वांट टू ऐड समथिंग
In which language?
Retirement?
on the whole fall of wickets you have seen, the way Afghanistan has batted?
देखिए अफगानिस्तान का तो ये कॉन्सेप्ट बन चुका है कि वो पहले बैटिंग करेंगे, रन्स ऑन द बोर्ड, वो 140.
English passport.
Oh God.
That's what it happened. It's not
Under
easy.
pressure.
That chair got something.
You are now also.
ये चेयर में कुछ खराबी है. वो एंड वाली जो होती है ना, वहाँ कुछ ना कुछ जरूर होता है. वहाँ कुछ टिका नहीं है. मैं भी इधर आ गया.
He's saying,
Is the problem chair?
yeah,
It's the problem
no
chair.
one is able to still sit there for some time. That's what.
I'll try.
बैठती ना अब जो कुछ होता है.
Okay, going back to the Afghanistan, I think their strength is to put some runs on the board, and then they got a really good bowling lineup, so they can they believe they can defend anything over 140, 150. They can defend it. But good sign for I think Afghanistan team moving forward is we saw a couple of guys who can bowl. We're talking about seamers, and Hamid today bowled with aggression, bowled good yorkers and heavy length. We saw he got a couple of wickets in 1 over, and with one with a great yorker, and the other one was like a new batter and bowled a bouncer and got gloves into the keeper. I think it's a good sign. And then Gulbadin bowled really well, a lot of slow balls, leg cutter or back of the hand, and they are the side to beat. I think India will have a tough time against these guys and New Zealand as well.
No,
in these conditions.
I think you're right. When it gets to the end of this particular segment of this Super 12s, there'll be a couple of very key games. In terms of their batting today, it's what you might describe politely as a heavyweight opening partnership. Zazai and Shahzad. Zazai, we've seen him in PSL. I mean, I've enjoyed him in PSL, where he hits the ball such a long way. Today, he was in typical form. I mean, wherever the ball is, he is very, very tempted and very keen to have a go at it.
Yes, it's got good hands, as we have mentioned before. Also, a very still head and quick hands. I mean, he likes to just take on the bowlers. This intent we have been talking about, and that's been the strength of the Afghanistan batters.
Yeah, I mean, they're off to a good start, aren't they? 53 for first wicket goes down, which was Azhar in the 7th over. So, compared to a lot of the things we've seen elsewhere, and especially with India, I mean, very, very different start to the innings.
Of course, Rashid bhai, आपका mic उस वक्त कुछ problem आ रहा था. आप क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं?
इसमें उस वक्त में असगर का आखिरी मैच था, और जिस तरह से सेलिब्रेट किया उसको खैरबाद का एक तरह से, और बड़े कैरेक्टर वाले प्लेयर थे, कप्तान भी रहे. और जब ये क्वालिफाई किया था 19 का वर्ल्ड कप, इनको अपेंडिक्स का ऑपरेशन हुआ था, उस वक्त इन्होंने विनिंग शॉट खेल के ये बनाए थे. तो बहुत क्रेडिट जाता है बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स का, जैसे असगर है और दूसरे प्लेयर्स हैं, और स्पेशली हामिद हसन का. ये भी बड़े अरसे के बाद इनको मौका मिला और उन्होंने प्रूव किया आज.
असगर का साथ ही अगर हम पैकेज भी देख सकें जिनकी बात राशिद भाई कर लें. So, Sir Vivian, this was his last match. He used to captain Afghanistan, played a huge role, 16 years of service to the country.
I think he would have been the perfect individual. The way they lift him off is a sign of respect. And to have had someone, especially in the early years of Afghanistani cricket, for him to be where they're at today, I think he must be one of the individuals totally responsible for getting them in such position. But
Well, obviously
let's hope he flies off into the sunset and have the best time of his life in retirement.
Yeah.
a long time left. I mean, the important thing about him, though, as you say, that journey over the last decade has been an extraordinary one. So you need people of immense character and strength of mind to pull the side forward, as much as people behind the scenes will be pushing them. And you need, of course, a team that's going to respond. But there is that spirit, isn't there, about Afghanistan, the way they come together. And that, yeah, it's a sort of national thing, isn't it? It's a national trait, this spirit to pull together.
Yeah, I think this nation, there's something very special about them. They stick together, they can commit to a bigger cause than themselves. And it's not easy for anyone to talk them into anything they don't want to do. So, I mean, we have been showing all these stats about bowling first, winning the matches. But this team is doing it the other way, their own way, and still successful.
Indeed,
I would
they
love
are.
to know his age in retirement.
33, I think.
Wow, that's pretty
Okay.
young for someone of his nature as a batter to retire.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
he had other plans
Yeah.
left in life, so he's leaving the cricket rather early, you may say.
In the middle of a World Cup.
Yeah, his explanation was he wanted to allow space for youngsters to come through. That's what he said on interview at the ground today.
He played well today, 23 balls,
He
31
played well
runs.
against Pakistan as well the other day, you know, like...
He doesn't look out of place.
yeah, so maybe some more thing into it.
आई थिंक उसकी
Who knows?
बहुत कंट्रीब्यूशन है अफगानिस्तान क्रिकेट को ऊपर लाने में और उसको फुल मेंबर आईसीसी के फुल मेंबर बनाने में मेरे ख्याल से उसको मैं कांग्रेट्स करना चाहता हूँ और उनके जो फ्यूचर लाइफ उसके लिए गुड लक कहूँगा नबी की और धोनी की बड़ी कंट्रीब्यूशन है क्योंकि 16 इयर्स आप कैसे देखें बिल्कुल बॉटम से उन्होंने टीम को उठाया फिर उनको अगेंस्ट जो एसोसिएट कंट्री के जिस तरह इनकी परफॉर्मेंस थी एज ए कैप्टन जिस तरह इसकी परफॉर्मेंस थी तो आई थिंक कांग्रेट्स कहूँगा उसको और गुड लक फॉर हिज फ्यूचर
थैंक यू सो मच हमारे पास शहजाद की भी बैटिंग की कुछ ग्लिम्सेस हैं उनको भी देख लेते हैं आकिब भाई आप उर्दू में आए तो खामोश हो गए बिल्कुल
अच्छा देखिए ब्रेव तो है उन्होंने साबित भी किया जहाँ बड़ी बड़ी टीमें डर रही हैं कि हमने नहीं खेलना ये जब भी खेलते हैं एग्रेसिव अपनी शॉट्स खेलते हैं और डाउट नहीं है अगर शॉट खेलनी है तो पूरा वेट और पूरी विल है पीछे ये नहीं है कि लेजी हैंड ऐसे करके मारी इधर चली गई जज़ाई भी इनिंग देखी वो भी मारता है तो फिर पूरी शॉट मारता है ना डाउट नहीं है कि मैंने रोकना है या मैंने मारना है क्लैरिटी होगी तभी आप में कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा तभी आप हिट मारोगे तो ये जो सारी जितनी टीमें इतने सालों से खेल रहे हैं इंडिया हो गई या और भी आप देखें तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया की टीम भी अगर आप देखें तो डर डर के हाफ शॉट्स खेल रहे हैं तो उन्होंने फैसला क्या किया कि जो सबसे मुश्किल काम है ना वो हम करेंगे हम वो काम करेंगे जो सब उससे डरेंगे हम पहले बैटिंग करेंगे चाहे जैसी भी पिच है हम पहले बैटिंग करेंगे और हमारे ऊपर कोई प्रेशर नहीं होगा और बाकी टीमों ने तो उसका प्रेशर ले रहे हैं जो उनके साथ नहीं हुआ जो उन्होंने टीवी पे देखा है तो जरूरी ये होता है कि तुम्हारी बैटिंग तुम्हारी जो ऑपोजिशन है हो सकता वैसी ना हो डिफरेंट हो तो आप ये खौफ जो है ना सारा स्क्रीन का है प्लेयर्स के ऊपर कई तो उससे गुजरे भी नहीं है और फिर वो डरे हुए जाने से पहले जब तक आप पहला बॉल खेलते नहीं हो रोहित शर्मा कई दफा ऐसा होता है पहला बॉल टक 6 और आप गेम के अंदर आ जाते हैं बैक टू नॉर्मल तो अगर आप उसी से भागोगे कि कहीं पहला बॉल आया और 20 से ना निकल जाए तो फिर तो आप में और एक अफगानिस्तान में क्या फर्क है ना बेचारों के पास वो घर में प्रैक्टिस है कभी वो पाकिस्तान में प्रैक्टिस करते हैं कभी वो यूए में प्रैक्टिस करते हैं कभी वो इंडिया में प्रैक्टिस करते हैं तो वो किधर गई साइंस और वो कहाँ गई प्रोफेशनलिज्म और कहाँ गई वो सारी जो गरूर थे सबके कि हम किसी से नहीं खेलते हम तो वी आर लार्जर देन गेम और आज जो रिचर्ड वेब उस दिन कह रहा था कि जब तुम चीज़ों को अपनी ईगो को, अपने चीज़ों को इतना बड़ा समझने लग जाओ, देयर इज़ अ वन पावर, वो तुम्हें लेसन फिर सिखाती है. आज इंडिया की जो टीम है वो उसका बांग्लादेश से भी बुरा हाल है, ठीक है. और वो जो टीम है जिनसे तुम खेलना नहीं चाहते, तुम उससे खेलने से पहले ही हारे हुए हो. इनको बोलो पाकिस्तान से मैच खेल के दिखाएं.
खेल नहीं सकते अब.
ये खेल नहीं सकते, खेलना भी नहीं चाहते.
नहीं खेल नहीं सकते, अब बाहर हो जाएंगे ना.
बाहर हो जाएंगे. और अगर वो खेलना अगर चाहते होते तो आज ये उस तरह से आते जिस तरह शहीनशाह अफरीदी आया था ना, पंपिंग डाउन टू बॉल रोहित शर्मा, कम ऑन फेस मी. कहीं नजर आया?
नहीं.
बैटिंग में नजर आया? नहीं नजर आया. बॉलिंग में नजर आया? जो फास्ट बॉलर जिन्होंने विकेटें लेनी है वो वहां से खड़े हैं.
Do you know what, Aaqib? Your enthusiasm in the last 5 minutes, the levels, the intent has raised.
That's the
so
natural
so
talent.
much.
Natural.
It's raised so
Mother
much.
tongue brings the best of you, out of you.
No British passport.
But not only that,
Yeah,
the intent has raised the enthusiasm in the audience so much. We've got to take another break to get more. You sold more advertising. We've got to take a break. Hey.
It's funny, huh?